we were talking about that class struggle recently, or for the past 10 years, or from 2014 itself. The identity politics in India, was getting more rage in India. And young leaders like Jignesh Mehwani on the campuses from Rohit Vemula and Chandrasekhar Azad, like that, people are coming. So the criticism raised by these identity politics, or that Dalit politics talking people, or the activists of that politics, they are criticizing CPM, that CPM is only addressing in the national level the class politics. It's not addressing the caste politics and the caste discriminations or the caste violations, right violations going on even in Kerala, where it has a stronghold and a reformation and renaissance background. So how, as a CPM Politburo member, how you are addressing that caste issue, or what CPM is has a response or a reply for that criticism?
No, I am very aware of that criticism. I'm working with Adivasis myself, and also with oppressed castes and against untouchability in the caste system. And we consider the opinions very seriously, because I believe the natural allies of the left are movements who represent the Dalits, Adivasis, poor minority communities, women. I think the left and them are politically natural allies. And there are barriers, certainly, which could have some basis in reality, or could be a more perceived understanding of narrow interpretation of Marxism being only class and not taking social aspects like the caste system into account. But I think that would be a bit unfair to communists. After all, our movement was born in the anti-caste struggle.
Yeah.
Here in Kerala, it was born in the anti-caste struggle. It's our leaders who fought caste. Our first General Secretary, P. Sundaraya, who built that anti-caste movement in Andhra Pradesh. So there is a history of communists fighting caste. There could be a mechanical interpretation of what class is among certain sections of the left. That automatically, if you fight a class struggle, automatically untouchability and Dalit issues will be solved, which is very far from the truth. And why is it far from the truth? Because capitalism in India has grown in coexistence and utilizing, not only coexisting, but co-opting the caste system. Today a Dalit worker doing the same work as a non-Dalit worker in many jobs in rural India gets a much lower wage. Dalit women get the lowest wage ever, as do Adivasis. Today Dalits are the largest block of landless. Why? Because a caste system still exists where Dalits can only be propertyless. That's Manuvad, that's Manusmriti. That's what Hindutva is, Manuvad and Manusmriti. So how to build these alliances? I believe that there is a material base for identity politics, because after all, it's a reality that today Dalits, however modern so-called Indian society is, caste system is there. A woman is still walking 7 steps behind a man, at least in his mind.
Yeah.
If not over the feras.
Yeah.
And the same is a caste system. So how do you deal with it? First you have to address that you cannot have unity of the working classes without specifically building within that unity the specific aspects of Dalit oppression, exploitation. Adivasi oppression and exploitation. As Adivasis, the class movement has to recognize that the basic classes who are in the oppressed caste, untouchable world. I mean, obviously, how can you think of having a working class revolution for socialism if you think that's all going to automatically go away? And we don't. The CPI is working very hard towards this. Our governments are working towards this. Our left-run government in both Tripura and Bengal have the best record on this.